Hello everybody, welcome back to the workshop. So, as you can see clearly in this video, we have made a really big monster hook bending jig. Now I still have some additional pieces to actually cut off the end of the bar to make some better dies and pipes and some other things for this, but this is for a good buddy of mine, Thomas Goodymoot, the illustrious hand model. I'm taking his place right now. Anyways, we started working on this project together and I decided to help hurry the process along and finish it up for him. So basically what we have here is we have a 2-inch piece of mystery steel from the actual scrap yard, and as you can see we were using that Vevor brand mag drill, which was really awesome and super slick for a process like this. This is absolute murder to take and have to do under a drill press, if you will. So thank you Vevor for sending that over. I am not sponsored by Vevor, but if you do check the link in the description, there is a discount code where you can get some money off if you do purchase anything over there at their website. So be sure to check that out. Again, I have no affiliation. I don't make any money off anything like that, but they've sent me a cool tool, so I get to use it in this case here. As you can see, again, very, very super handy for this. If you decide to undertake a project like this, it is going to take you a really long time. So grab a bag of popcorn and just be prepared to be drilling for a long time, just because that's what it takes. It takes what it takes. Now, I'll go over the pins here in just a second. If you noticed in the video, we drilled small pilot holes first. We actually drilled those pilot holes, if you can see down in there. We drilled those pilot holes all the way through, and then we went ahead and came in with our much larger 1/2-inch drill bit and drilled only down to a certain point. We actually put a little stop on the drill bit, just a bit of tape to marcate how far to come down and actually stop. And the reason for that being that we wanted to drill those all the way through is so this way you can put a pin punch, take a pin punch, and if you ever get one of these pins stuck where they just really won't come out, you can come up underneath and knock it out with that pin punch. And that's the whole reason why you drill all the way through like that. It really does help out. As you can see on here, to our best efforts, we're trying to get these as close together, but this hole here got drilled slightly askew, not quite on the mark, and so therefore we did end up losing one hole. But that's just that's the nature of the beast when you're fabricating things. Not always do things just come out perfectly like with YouTube movie magic here. So yeah, this thing will work with basically you drop a pin in the center hole, just like you see here, and then you can put different size pieces on. Now these are just basic bar stock that have been bored to 1/2 inch. That's it. And in fact, if you could go just a little bit, do a little larger than this, maybe a 64th over or something like that, might be perfect for a perfect fit. I did end up grinding the pins down a little bit, as you can see, and removing the scale, so 1/2 inch works just fine. This here, you can drop that on. You can also take bits of pipe if you have the right size, and you could just do little 1/2 steps like that and make a much wider and broader die. Obviously, if I had just increasing sizes of pipe like this, I could just keep putting them over that until I got out to the actual size hook I was looking to have. But yeah, so we've got all sorts of sizes here. This is like 5/8 material. This here, get rid of that. That's like 3/4. This here was 1.25" bar stock, and then this with this is 1-inch material. So as you can see, that can be pretty darn handy, and you can do quite a bit. One of the other things you can do if you do decide to make a jig similar to this, you can actually put these in here and use them as bending forks as well. You could put multiple pins in and do some sort of bends around that, little S dealio, something like that, move them out, come up with whatever you want, to make whatever type of fixture or jig that you want to work with this. Very, very handy. So I hope Thomas will enjoy it. I'm sure he will. This thing is huge. My actual hook bending jig that I've used for, I don't know, about 10 years now is, it's considerably smaller than this. The outside diameter is only like 7 inches in diameter, whereas this thing is 12 inches in diameter, 2 inches thick, which is pretty crazy. Now, I did weld on a Hardy shank on the bottom. On a big piece like this, you almost don't even need to do that. You could just let this lay flat on your workbench table, and that would work out okay. Or you could just weld a bar across the bottom in some way that it wouldn't interfere with the actual holes that you've got going on there. One last thing to mention about the jig here. As you can see, there are some wide open spaces here, and that is done intentionally. When you make a tool like this, you don't know what you don't know. So I don't know if the only thing Thomas is ever going to do is small hooks like what you see, you know, here. Let me put a pin in here. You know, little tiny hooks like that. And that's, you know, that's all the more he's ever going to bend is little things like that. Or if he's going to bend big stuff, or if he's going to want to fixture this with some other blocks or who knows what at a later date. So it's good to leave yourself some options for later on if you need to add additional holes to this jig. Don't feel the need to actually have to fill every square inch of this up with holes, because what you might end up finding out is now I have to end up making some other fixture or jig in order to do what I want to do, versus drilling a hole and maybe tapping it and adding a bolt-on place, right, to bolt something down, or a hold-down tool because you want to take and fixture something up and use this as a fixture instead of a jig. Leave some space available that you can always add holes to your liking in weird intervals or whatever you may need for a potential job. So there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe if that's something you're into, if you want to see more videos from us here at Christ-Centered Ironworks. Again, thank you Vevor for sending out that mag drill. That makes makes projects like this a heck of a lot easier. If you want to see, if you're interested in seeing my review video on the mag drill, I will leave that linked up in the description down below. And also, if you want to support what we do here at Christ-Centered Ironworks and you want to get yourself some killer tooling as well, or blanks or projects that you can do, go check out our website, blacksmithingblanks.com, and consider purchasing some great blanks or some toolkits or some guillotine toolkits that we sell over there. It goes a long way to help out the channel. Thank you to all the channel members who make this content possible. God bless each and every last one of you out there, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.